If I can take you to the start of play, the silences followed by the taking the knee, that was everyone taking part in that, including yourself. Talk us through that moment, really. It was quite a special moment.
Yeah, and important to show solidarity, I think, with the West Indies. I mean, as probably has been discussed over the last few days, we'd have had some team chats about it. And, you know, the bottom line is that we feel that there is no room for racism in our sport. And I think from the England team perspective today, it was good to show that solidarity with the West Indies.
And important for all of you, presumably. It wasn't just the guys on the pitch. Everyone emptied out of the dressing rooms, and it was sort of everyone in the building, really.
Well, yeah, and I mean, in many ways, we chatted a little bit about it yesterday. I mean, children from different backgrounds and race, religions, you want them to be able to stand together as well. So that's the type of thing which we spoke about yesterday as a team before the game. And if that's a start from the England cricket team today to show that, then we're proud to have done it.
And then just on cricketing matters and batting matters, how inevitable from a batting point of view, you know, you talk about mother cricket and bad luck, you wait 6 months for a hit and then you get bowled playing no shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame all round. We would have loved the blue skies out and everything today, but it's been curtailed. It's been very, you know, overcast all day with drizzle. Not ideal for both sides, to be honest. And obviously, unfortunate for Dom at the top. As you say, he's waited a long time. We've had lots of practice, lots of training, but he's a tough cookie. He'll be okay.
Okay, if we could use the chat facility as always to request a question, that'd be great. We'll go with John Etheridge, please, from the Sun.
Hi, Thorpe.
Hello, mate.
Clearly, when Joe comes back, one of the batsmen will have to be left out, and it kind of looks as though Joe Denny maybe, you know, one of the contenders to be left out. So, how important an innings is this for him?
Yeah, it's important. Every innings is important. I think you can tell over the last, whether it's sort of 6 months since we tried to get a little bit of consistency into the batting order and a bit of sort of, you know, the guys at the top, you know, that type of temperament as well to be at the top going forward in our top three. So from that perspective, we have competition. I always believe it's important competition. Individuals can feel a certain amount of pressure, but there is pressure at international cricket when you play, and so I wouldn't say it's a straight shootout, but of course, guys will know that Joe Root's going to return to the team, and in many ways, it'll give the selectors and management and the captain of the next test match, and I would say a good headache.
Okay, well, sorry about that. We'll go with Lawrence and then Chris Stocks.
Hi, Thorpe. Just wondered how difficult or otherwise was the decision to bat first in those conditions?
Well, we'd looked at the surface yesterday, and it was a straightforward choice for us yesterday. It was made a little bit trickier this morning with the drizzle and heavy overhead conditions. But we chatted, and Ben and Joss and Spoons, myself, and we were all in agreement that we thought it was a bat first pitch. We probably knew that it was going to be tricky up front, and obviously we'll come back again in the morning, and I'm sure it'll still be tricky again tomorrow morning. But we sort of feel that hopefully we don't want to be the last ones batting on this pitch.
Do you think it's potentially drier than it obviously is at the moment, and you looked at past games and so on? Is that the thinking?
Yes, yeah, and I mean even today there was the odd one which stood up a little bit more than normal. Whether that was more to do with conditions today, but that was our thinking on the decision to bat first.
Cheers.
Okay, Chris, and then Dean Wilson, please.
Hi, Thorpe.
Hi, mate.
I know when we haven't had much play today, it's been a bit disappointing, a bit of a damp squib, but given everything that's happened these past few months, just how significant was actually just getting back on the field of play today?
Yes, yeah, a massive thing, really. I mean, we've come a long way from behind the scenes, administrators, you know, to have the West Indies over here as well, to actually get this series off the ground. I mean, being in this environment, it's very strange, and you know, sort of being as restricted as we have been. But we realise it's important. We realise the whole process has been important to get to this point. And I'm sure, although today has been curtailed, I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a great series against the West Indies. They'll challenge us as a team in this 3 Test match series. We know that, so we know we'll have to play well throughout. And of course, you've got 3 matches, you know, back to back. So that'll also challenge us a little bit in terms of our selection going forward as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do Dean and then we'll take a couple more after that. Thanks.
Hi, Thorpe. Just wondered, in terms of how the game progressed, I know not much play got in, but we saw with Jason Holder and Ben Stokes at the toss when they went for the handshake how difficult it is to stop yourself doing the things that you naturally do. How do you think the players kind of cope with the strange environment? And were you in a way impressed with the quality of the cricket that, you know, Burns, Denley, the West Indies didn't look too rusty?
Yeah. First question, yeah, it has been strange, but we're getting used to, I would say, the protocol as much as we possibly can. You could say occasionally instincts might take over. And in terms of how I thought we went about it when we got out there, I was pleased. I thought we lined the ball up pretty well. I felt like we were getting into our rhythm. And like anything, both sides have been training pretty hard in the nets, and we've had our warm-up games and everything. But at the end of the day, it's a test match for these players. And so just to get back into that rhythm of test match cricket, you know, you might say there's a little bit of rustiness, but I don't think it'll be too much to take the cobwebs off both teams.
Thank you.
And then the last question from Will McPherson.
Hi, Thorpe.
I will.
Rory Burns hasn't played any cricket this year, really. I wondered how you thought he looked and how he's said he feels and all that kind of stuff.
No, I thought he lined the ball up really well today. I thought he's a tough opener. You say we've got some, you say inexperienced players, but I really feel they're a good group to work with. They're all looking to improve. I feel they've got good temperaments, but I like the way that I've seen improvement in the players coming back. I mean, constantly after a series, you might talk to them about where you can, you know, improve your game, and we've seen some have continually worked hard on their fitness through this period. I suppose that was about all they could do in that lockdown period, but to have kept themselves in good shape is important. And then also just from a technical point of view, you're wanting players to constantly improve their game. So we've seen that in training, and that's really pleasing.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much, everyone. Catch you
Cheers,
tomorrow.
guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, fellas.
Thanks.
Thanks, fellas.